Welcome everyone to the MNSpiritCast. We are here for a very special bonus episode. We are very excited about this show. Obviously, we got Cara and Brandon down here with us as always, and we got Matt with us today. Today's show is focused on a very special topic and a very special set of amazing young women here. We have Kelsey and Kelly with us from OM Crystal Jewelry LLC. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Sorry, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. So I know this one is a very exciting one for a lot of people, and I am also very excited. Before we go into a little brief description on what OM Crystal Jewelry is, why don't we hear from you guys, what you guys solely focus on with OM Crystal Jewelry?
Go ahead. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Well, we started this business about 5 years ago. We have been in our brick and mortar shop for 2.5 years or so.
Yes.
And Kelsey makes all of the jewelry handmade. We specialize in our stone bracelets, which are top quality stones, beautiful. And you'll see them on our website, and we wear them, of course. And we also have in our shop, we have lots of different crystals, from spheres, towers, to skulls, to
sets of lips.
Yeah. Lots of different things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For anybody who has not heard of OM Crystal Jewelry, brief little description. Do you believe in using stones for protection when dealing with paranormal activity? Our friends
absolutely. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do.
Our friends at OM Crystal Jewelry LLC have got some of the most beautiful protection healing stones that you can ever find. Quality stones for amazing prices. Catch their Facebook Lives where they display some of their most beautiful stones, and keep an eye out for their amazing deals. Located in beautiful historic Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, OM Crystal Jewelry LLC brings beauty and balance to your life with our beautiful, highest quality stone bracelets, necklaces, crystals, earrings, and rings. Empower yourself in all aspects of your life and find your inner balance by exploring our handcrafted bracelet collection, designed to bring healing, balance, and harmony to the body, mind, and spirit. OM Crystal Jewelry LLC is your center for positive energy.
Did you write that?
Well, thank you. No, I didn't.
Oh, you wrote that?
I actually got it off of your website. It was a very interesting.
You did write that.
I had to use it.
Wait a minute, Hollidaysburg.
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 Oh,
You
did I
guys aren't
mispronounce it?
They're not too far from me.
Where are you from?
Danville,
Oh, okay.
Danville.
Sunbury, Williamsport area.
Nice.
That was really good.
Yeah.
No, you.
We have a lot of people coming in here, and thanks to everyone for joining. We are joined by Kelly and Kelsey tonight from OM Crystal Jewelry, if you're just hopping in. So everybody who's watching, thank you. And Kelly and Crystal, thank you. Sorry, I totally said your names wrong.
It's okay.
Kelly, thank you guys for coming on the show. So being Cara is the one who set this amazing show up for us. Cara, I know you're excited about this show. Why don't we let you kick off the show by asking some of your questions that you have? And I will mute myself.
I didn't want to.
There we go.
We're echoing. You have to turn your mic off, Marcus.
I'm gonna turn your volume down too.
Testing.
1, 2, we're good.
Right. No, I just wanted to know to talk about what different crystals mean and how they can help you, especially with the paranormal field. We use a lot of that kind of stuff for protection and for a whole list of stuff.
Yeah, for protection, when people come in for protection, we always kind of gear them into, if you think of a protective stone, typically they're dark. So black tourmaline, obsidian, golden sheen obsidian, labradorite is a nice protective stone as well. Especially if you're ghost hunting, you always want to make sure that you're protected. And I always add a little rose quartz with my protective stone to bring a little love into it.
I like that. That sounds cool. I was reading the descriptions last night on the website when I was ordering bracelets and trying to get like an idea of what each one meant. And then you sent that card with the description of them, which really helps. Although I don't know where that is now. It's downstairs. But yeah, so if you have any like suggestions which ones to use for different things, I'd love to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Talk about it right now.
No, later. No, right now it's fine.
Right now. Black tourmaline. Black tourmaline's mine. Or selenite or selenite, whatever you want to call it, in your doorways to keep out anything. So whatever you're ghost hunting, I don't ghost hunt, so but if you put pieces in your door in your home, like where you live, they can't come in, or they can't. It's like the holy grail of crystals. It keeps out negativity, evil spirits, all that stuff. That and salt. So
what's it called again?
Selenite.
Yeah, I pronounce it wrong. That's why.
I don't know how to spell that, but I'm writing it down.
Selenite.
I say selenite too.
Yeah,
You're not alone.
I say selenite. Yeah.
Perfect. I wrote it down. Sorry.
We'll send you a lot.
Send you some.
You guys need sage and Pablo Santos. Yeah.
You're not the first people to tell us that. No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have your list of what the different kinds of crystals and what they mean on you? Because I got to go find mine otherwise.
We have, oh gosh, probably maybe 30 different stones, I'd say. So on that little card that we send, that's just like a little tidbit. That's like a little bit that we have. We have so much more than that.
I know when you guys do your lives for shopping, I'm like trying to comment as fast as I can. I miss it all the time. But so that's really cool. Like I've never seen anybody sell on Facebook Live like that, like crystals and stuff. So that's really unique.
That's me because I have no idea how to sell anything, and I just know how to be myself. And honestly, a lot of time in my lives when I sell the things, I think they're bad sometimes. Very entertaining. So I don't know if it's really much of selling, but
depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Where are you seeing that?
Someone just had.
There was a comment.
Lisa's comment, Marcus. Well, wait, I can bring it up too.
Very good.
So, where do you guys get your crystals from?
I have actually 3 different vendors that I work with. Over the 5 years, you have to be very careful when you're working with someone with crystals. They have to be authentic. They have to be coming from a good place, a good source. I make sure that there's, as crazy as this might sound to some people, there's no negative energy. The person I'm buying from, I want to make sure that they're just as positive as I am. And then when I open everything, I make sure I feed it with love energy.
She really does. She caresses
very,
each one before she puts them out.
Yes. I think it's very important that you do that.
Yep.
He's laughing.
Kelsey. So I'm reading some of, I didn't realize we can see some of the comments as well. Just, hi, Debbie.
What's your next question?
So do you get any local? Because I was reading about how Pennsylvania has a lot of crystals locally, like mined.
No, I haven't found too many here in Pennsylvania.
But that would oh my gosh, wait. That would require me to actually get up and go dig. And I don't, that's a lot of work.
That's not what I meant.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I meant from like purchasing from somebody that.
No.
There really isn't any that I have found so far here.
No.
I have a lovely lady in Arizona and one in California that I work well with. So
nice. So, other question: what made you decide to open the shop? Like, what got you into the idea of selling crystals?
Well, heck, I don't know. You have to.
Well,
it's like a 50-50 thing.
It was 5 years ago, and I actually just wanted a bracelet. And I went to some local people here and I asked them if I picked out and bought the stones, this is how very particular I am. If I picked out the stones, make sure it was a really nice quality, would you make it for me? And then I'll obviously pay you. So I asked a couple of people and they just kept blowing me off. And then finally Kelsey said, well, I can do it. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? And she did it. And I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. So I wore it to work. I'm a retired nurse and I wore it to work and everybody wanted one. It was just like, everyone's like, where'd you get that? And I said, oh, Kelsey made it for me. Oh, I want this. And everyone wanted numerous ones of them. So I told her, I said, well, I said, it kind of sold like maybe 15. Are you okay with that? Can you make it for him? I will just give you, a few bucks for your time. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't mind. So she did it for me and it just got busier and busier. So then we just started a Facebook page and it just grew and grew and grew. And here we are in a store now and really thriving, especially our online sales have been really, really awesome since her TikTok following.
I
So
can imagine.
yeah.
I followed a couple lives.
Oh, good. It was her
Um,
grandmother that got us into everything.
That's why it's called OM. So it was always my Oma's dream to have this store. My mom grew up in, it's her, my bio dad's mother taught her this life. And when she passed away, my stepdad and her, my dad, called it OM after her. Because it was always her, her and my mom's dream to have something like this, affordable cost for people to come have a conversation that does not cost $300 for 20 minutes of your time. And you leave with a smile on your face and, and a show from me. What more could you ask for? Yeah.
That's a great answer. All right. Marcus, do you have anything that written down for?
Yes, we do.
So I actually. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Now I'm deaf. No, I'm kidding.
That's awful.
So while you guys were talking, and kind of while we were opening up the show, when I asked if you believed in using protection stones for paranormal activity, what are your beliefs of using the stones? Is there a certain thing that you should not use the jewelry or any stones for?
No, I always tell people come in and they'll ask like what they need or if say someone that's doing paranormal paranormal, what do you call it?
Investigating.
Yeah, investigating. Thank you. They will say, oh, I'm doing this. I'll tell them what we have researched and learned. But I always tell them too, you have to listen to your gut, and whatever you're attracted to is what your energy needs. So you might have 4 things, and you'll look and you say whatever your energy needs, you'll know because it'll call you.
I don't think that way. She's a give a ghost a crystal and ask it to leave nicely type of person. And the ghost may get trapped in the crystal and get stuck with you. So you don't take any with you because then I freak out a little bit because that's how my brain works. But she's oh, you have spirits? Here's a crystal. Maybe, she loves it. She invites it. Nope.
I love how you did that impersonation. Now, does that sound just like her or?
Yeah, she
To a
does
T.
that all the time.
To a T.
To a T, huh? Now, there's a lot of people who do believe that some kind of crystals, if used in the wrong way, can be dangerous. What are your beliefs on that?
I don't believe that way. I think whatever your intention is what is going to be brought forward to you. So if you are I guess naturally negative, or you're even thinking negative, and that crystal is going to absorb that emotion, and you're going to get that. So there isn't any crystal that say you can't wear. It's going to bring you negative energy. Every crystal that I've ever come across, and we've actually, when we started, we didn't realize that there were all of these crystals, like hundreds, probably thousands. We only work with maybe $50.
Okay.
But there isn't anything that I've ever read that you can't blend together or you can't work with because of, a negative force. It's
Mhm.
all in your own mind. The negative force is coming from you, not the crystal.
Right. Now, Kelsey, when you're making these bracelets and necklaces and stuff, you're dealing with a ton of different kind of crystals. You got so many different types of crystals. Has there ever been a crystal that you've just touched and known that crystal is not the crystal for you? Because there's been crystals that I've held that sent out really big vibrations, and obviously that crystal wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're dealing with so many different crystals. Is there one that you just know that you can't deal with it for a long period of time?
It's motivate for me. So we had a genuine Czechoslovakian motivite come in because a lot of people were mass producing motivite and from green glass, so it's typically fake. So we had this authentic motivite, and I'm so excited. I put it on. We were just in here a couple months, and I'm like, I'm gonna manifest signs and bigger store. I had it on for one day, and I fell asleep. I slept in it. I had the worst nightmare of my entire life, to where I woke up in the middle of the night and took it off, and I have not worn it since.
Wow.
Right.
And you haven't had this nightmare since you wore that? Since
No.
you took it off. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing how I'm actually wearing one of my crystal bracelets now. Now, this when I went to get this bracelet, there was multiple different things, and I deal with really bad tooth pain sometimes, like super bad. And we're sitting there and we're going through thousands of different kinds of crystals, and trying to figure out which crystals we think will work for what we need these crystals for. And I obviously wanted a healing crystal that could help with my tooth pain and with other stuff that I don't want to use medication to heal. I don't always want to use medication to heal stuff. And I forgot what this one was called. I completely forgot, but she had a little tower, and it was about that big, of the same garnet. That's what it's called.
Oh.
She had a garnet tower, and she could tell that I was in pain, and hands me over this garnet tower and says, "Hold this, rub it for a little bit," and my tooth pain goes away. It's gone. And I tried it with multiple different crystals, and the garnet worked the best. She's like, "Here's a bracelet. I'll charge you $3. You take the bracelet, and I wear this bracelet, and I don't feel anything." Now, out of all of your crystals that you have, in your opinion, which one is the best healing crystal of yours?
For physical pain.
Yes.
Baltic, yeah. I was just seeing, yeah. Baltic amber. Oh my God.
Baltic amber is actually, it's not a crystal, it's resin from a tree. That's actually what they make teething necklaces. We have them up here actually, for babies whenever they're teething.
Okay.
That's what it's kind of like getting basically Tylenol.
It releases cyanidic acid into the bloodstream whenever you wear it. That's why they put it real tight with the babies or bracelets. So when you sweat, your pores open, and then that cyanidic acid goes through and helps with all types of inflammation, teeth issues, back pains, fibromyalgia.
Oh, wow.
Condition.
Yeah.
Physical pain. Yes.
And while we're on the subject of healing, what crystals do you suggest for healing mentality, or how do I
mental health?
What's that?
Like mental health?
Yeah.
My would be lepidolite. So lepidolite's natural lithium, like prescription dose of lithium. And they say that it helps with highs and lows, mood swings, stabilizing, just your energy. And next would be amethyst, stress and protection.
Okay.
Calming, or white howlite.
Okay.
Or what's that one? That one. Yeah, but it relaxes the mind, eases the mind.
Okay.
thoughts that allow you to fall asleep easier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remembered all that.
Nice. Good for you. Now,
That was a
Brandon.
good moment.
Right now, Brandon, I don't know if you believe in crystals or not, but do you have any questions for them about their crystals? Brandon, we'll start with Brandon.
So mute yourself.
Working on it. There you go.
Me, I'm more interested in like the ones to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Because with going out to investigations and whatnot, it's a good thing to have, stuff that can help you.
Yes, it is. I had an experience one time where I went to a friend's house. I got very sick. Do you mind if I tell this? Yeah. Okay.
What the?
Marcus, you're wrong.
So I was at a. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep, I can still hear you.
Okay. I was at a friend's house and I got instantly sick in her home. And I had left. And I said to my husband was outside and I said, I'm really sick. There's something there. And I told my friend, there's something there. You've got some kind of spirit. I got to get out of here. I feel like I'm going to vomit. And she was, oh, I'm so sorry. I've had people say that to me before. I'm like, that's okay. I couldn't get out of there quick enough. So I get in the car. I said to my husband, I'm sick. I'm sick. And he said, oh, it's because you didn't eat. I'm like, I know it's not because I didn't eat. And then he proceeds to say, because he doesn't like to admit it, he said, yeah, that's why I kept leaving the house. I said, what? And he said, there's something there. There's something not good there. And I said, yeah. And then I got home, we went to bed that night, and I said to him, oh my God, something's gonna happen tonight. I was freaking out. And he was like, relax, relax. I said, no. I said, something's gonna happen. It's gonna be to me, and I'm gonna freak out. And then, and he was like, just relax. So I went to bed, went to sleep. And thankfully I slept. And I got up, I'm like, oh, nothing happened. And then my husband's like, good morning. I'm like, good morning. And he's like, he looked at me, he's like, didn't you hear that last night? I said, hear what? And I didn't hear anything, thankfully. And he said, somebody knocked on the door, 3 hard like knocks, like boom, boom, boom. I've heard this before like months ago, but I didn't hear it that night. And I said to him, you're kidding me, right? And he's like, no, it was 3. I flew out of the bed, looked out the window. There was no one there. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I'm so thankful I didn't hear it.
I would have left you inside.
And then the very next night, I went to bed. I said, what happened? And he was like, no, everything's fine. I said, no, something's going to happen. So I wake up that night, the second night at 3 a.m. I literally just woke up, stood straight up in the bed. I looked around because I felt it. And then all of a sudden I heard my front doorknob turn like really quick and the door fly open. And I just like looked at the opening of my doorway, laying in bed thinking, somebody just broke in, I'm going to die right now.
Yeah.
And my husband's snoring and I thought, okay, I'm really going crazy. And I looked down and the door was shut. There was nothing there. He never heard it. I heard it that time.
I would have had a heart attack.
He heard it the first time. And that came from being at somebody's house that followed me back.
But what she's not telling you, guys.
And I didn't have any crystals on me.
What she's not telling you is I went to that house a week before.
Oh, yeah.
And I called and warned her.
She did.
And she still went.
She said, Mom, don't go. There's something in that house.
That's all on her.
And I said, it's fine. I'm fine. She was right.
I know it was. It was like her whole house was just dark.
Yeah.
Dark. You felt it in the pit of your stomach, down to your toes, hair standing up. I was in the house for not even 30 seconds. Gotta go. Have a good day. Called my mom. She goes, next week.
Well, she asked me to. And that's just one of the things that's happened.
But I do have something to show you, sir. So this is something you can, where's the camera at? Something you can keep in your pocket. So that's just a little chunk of black tourmaline. And this keeps out negative energy, keeps it from like reaching you. But that's small enough to just keep in your pocket.
Right.
It's not the size that matters. Okay. So even a small crystal will work. So.
Yes.
They got it. He's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to keep a straight face today. Oh, good Lord.
Now we're gonna cover some questions from the audience.
Okay, I have a few more questions when you're done with that.
Absolutely.
In case you guys didn't realize, they're in the same room.
Yeah.
There's a safe word?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I thought he said there was a safe word. I was like, I
Oh.
had one of those, but
Not
you
on
said
these
safe
shows. Not on
Okay.
these shows.
So before we let Matt ask you a couple questions about your crystals, I want to go ahead and cover some of the questions that our audience has here. Now, Lisa asked a really good question. Can you put specialized kits together for people since everyone experiences things differently?
Yes, we certainly can. We do get requests for that. We have actually a mystery box that we also do on Kelsey's website, and then they'll put a little note in there, and they'll tell us what they need, what they're searching for, whether it be a protective stone, stone of love. I lost a significant other, whatever they're working with, then we will find the perfect stones for them.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And Misty wants to know what crystals are good for love.
Oh,
Really good question.
It's rose quartz. So
that's another one.
Rose quartz.
here she goes quizzing me again. This is what we do. Kunzite is eternal love.
Kunzite's my favorite. That's for
Okay.
eternal.
Yeah, but rose quartz is not just, it's giving love, self-confidence, accepting love. It's like, it's just all around
I have
360 of love.
This one is the rose quartz. It's a combination. It's called the gratitude. So we have hematite, and then we have rose quartz. So it's called the gratitude bracelet.
Okay. Interesting. And Sarah says, have you ever captured anything in a crystal?
Oh my God, no.
No, like a divot box? No,
A what box?
a divot box.
No, there's
don't-
no divots,
We don't play
nothing
with
here.
that.
No.
No, we've never caught anything. No, but I've never called on a spirit to basically capture them in a crystal and then basically put it in a box. It's called
Oh,
divot box.
absolutely not.
I've
We
never.
don't do that.
So you know how you mentioned capturing a spirit in a crystal before and keeping it there with you? That's what you believe with paranormal? I think that's what Sarah means. Kelsey.
Oh, well, I believe that can be done. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean?
Should we totally do that and send it to Kelsey for a keepsake?
Absolutely not. We shouldn't. No.
Why would you send Marcus? We
I'm
don't
not
need to
opening
send.
it.
We don't need to
What's
send.
that?
I'm only 2 hours away.
Well,
No.
yeah. Just
I
give
know
it
we're
to
The
holiday.
doors
me.
will be locked, sir. The doors will be locked.
Oh,
Okay, she's 6'5", but she's a big chicken. Just to let everyone know, she's
okay.
she can feed her own shell.
Yeah, spiders. Good to know.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
All right, a couple more questions from the audience. Then we'll let Matt get in his questions, and Cara has a few more questions as well. Lisa says, do you have, I don't want to butcher this, but hematite rings, bracelets, or necklaces?
Hematite, actually, that is part of the gratitude bracelet. We do have hematite. We have it in our triple protection as well. But we do have, she makes hematite bracelets. We had a couple of pieces, but nothing in pieces, right, Kelsey?
Raw pieces.
Raw pieces? Oh, little stones I do. I have little stones in hematite.
Okay.
That's a good protective stone as well. That's the only stone they say, if when it gathers all the negativity it can hold, basically it'll break. And that's the only stone they say that you have to bury it in earth and never like restring it or anything like that. Because, like with any other bracelet, say you get it, I don't know, you catch it on something, your dog breaks it, your baby breaks it, you can put it back together. But they say if a hematite breaks, you should never put it back together.
Good job.
Okay. Is it bad luck to put it back together?
Yeah, they say that it needs buried because it can't absorb any more negative energies.
You're burying sins, like you're burying all of that negativity away from your body.
So basically putting a Band-Aid on it that can easily be ripped off.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you're looking for hematite that you want it to be protective and it breaks, it's not going to do the job anymore.
Right.
So do away with it and then get yourself another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll take one more audience question, and we'll go over the mat here, and then we'll let Cara finish her questions that she has for you. Sarah, what does it mean when your jade or hematite ring shatters out of nowhere?
That's what we just explained, actually, that yes, it can't take any more negativity. So whether it's something that she's, that's in her area, whether it's something she's carrying in her mind or in her, her chakra system, wherever it's coming from, it can't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I would
You would probably
be
cry.
so worked up if I had a ring on and it broke right in front of
She'd
me.
probably cry, thinking, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, I would cry.
I go
Spoil myself.
Please have it on recording.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to Matt. Matt, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about questions here?
I'm gonna say, what am I thinking? That's a loaded question there, brother.
Yeah, later.
So I've been in this field 16 years, just so you guys know, and I've dealt with stones, crystals, and stuff like that for a while now. But I've heard something that each person has a different opinion on, and I just want your guys' opinion.
Okay.
Raw versus tumbled crystals and stones.
Did you say raw?
Yeah, raw pieces versus tumbled. Some say that the tumbled basically takes away from the energy of the stone and crystal. Some say that it has no effect. Some say it's better. I just wanted your thoughts.
I don't believe that it has it. I don't think it changes the construction, the energy that it's carrying at all.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing like carrying something in my pocket, like if I'm doing what you're doing, I would probably prefer to have a raw crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Just for me, I would just grab, like where Kelsey just showed you, the raw tourmaline.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it changes the chemistry of the energies that it's carrying, because they basically, they're all coming from, Mother Earth, which is carrying, all the energies from the sun, the moon, so I don't think tumbling can change that at all.
But what if someone asked you and they said, well, tumbling has chemicals in it, in the powders?
That's where the argument comes up.
Yeah, but then that would be a coating, like an aura coating.
No, whenever you take a raw stone, they like these like the kits you get, they put like 5 different packs of like different chemicals and like sandpaper and salts. That's what he's asking.
Yeah, so basically the coating and the tumbling process is actually blocking some of the stone's natural energy, which makes it less effective. And that's where the argument comes in.
I don't think that that's the case, but I'm sure some people, because that's kind of a subjective thing. So I'm sure some people would, a lot of people, not a lot, but some people come in here and they do prefer the raw stones that we have.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't like tell someone, no, you shouldn't get that because it, has this. I would think that the raw would have more because it's raw. But the polish would be just the same if you cleanse it and take it, do your thing.
Yeah, you cleanse it, you feed it love energy. It's all.
But I'm still learning too. She has a lot more experience than me. I've only been really learning for the last
5 years.
I know, but like really learning this like the last 2 years.
Okay, yeah, because my thought's always been depending on what you want to do. But if you're just gonna be wearing it for your own protection, stuff like that, doesn't really matter. But if you need something for me, it's if you're using something more intense, like we call it caging, raw. Use raw. That's a lot less.
That's what I would think too. If I'm doing something, yeah.
And you spoke earlier. Whenever somebody said, I forget who asked. I think Marcus, you asked this, brother. But like somebody finding their stone, and you guys are trying to explain it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the layman's term that I usually use, and I just want your guys' thoughts, is think of it like shiny syndrome. When you go to like Walmart or you go to the grocery store, you don't know what you want. Something just sticks out. It's just, oh, I need that. I want that. Is that what you're pretty much talking about when you go into a store, a crystal store like yourselves?
Exactly.
And somebody's looking for their stone. What draws them? What's like, ooh, shiny. What's pretty? That's how you find it.
Right. Exactly. And that's how people, when people come here to shop, they literally, a lot of them will just sit down on the floor with crystals and touch them and see what resonates with them, which we looked at good. That's what we want. We want to make sure that, that's the one for you.
Well, my favorite is whenever they keep going back to the same bracelet and they keep going back without knowing what the healing properties are. And then I'm like, oh, that is for A, B, C, and D. And they're like, oh, oh, I need that. That's great. It's crazy. I'm like, that's right. You know, that's
Yeah.
my thing.
I have a metaphysical store nearby, and I've hung out there a lot, and I've seen it. I've seen it all the time, and it's always funny to watch people do that. Or they'll carry it around for like 20 minutes, and then they'll put it down, and then end up going back and picking it up.
Yep.
Yes, happens a
It's like,
lot.
We
something
have a
is drawing
customer.
you.
We have a customer here that made a whole rainbow out of all of our tumbled stones.
Oh, wow.
He's just loving on all of them. Yeah. Her name's Katie, and Katie, if you're watching, hello.
She comes in every Saturday and sits and just loves them.
Wow. It's phenomenal.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I actually have you guys pulled up on Google Maps right here. I see your hours and stuff. Yeah,
Stalker.
Yeah, you gotta come.
you're in trouble. No, I'm definitely gonna be coming down and taking a visit.
Awesome.
Well, if you do come and take a visit, you should ask our landlord here that he owns the U.S. Hotel, and it was a old hotel, but it was a brothel as well. And the brothel ladies put our floors down here, and like all the beams and stuff are hand done by those guys, and it's super haunted here and over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Magic word for me.
Now,
but he's stirring up a lot of stuff over there. He's like breaking walls down and putting in other places, so it's stirring a lot of stuff up, and I think that's why we're active over here,
That'll
because
do it.
he's demoing stuff.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
now, before we turn it back over to Cara, I wanted to ask you guys about a couple pictures here and kind of what's going on in these pictures.
What picture? Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. So these are pictures that I took. Oh, I would say about 15 years ago. There's a place called Captain Phillips, and the shadow that you see, that's my head taking a picture of a picture. But you're going to see that ghostly thing. If you turn it to the side, you're going to see what it actually look. You can see the face and you can see the torso.
Oh,
So it's based in Saxton, Pennsylvania. That it's called Captain Phillips, and that was where a massacre happened with Captain Phillips and the Rangers and the Indians. So there's a monument up there. When we were kids, we would always just go and just, go with your friends up there, drink beer or whatever, hide up there. But in this case, I actually took my nephew and his friends to kind of scare them. And we were walking through, it was kind of a dreary night. And it's crazy, isn't it?
yeah.
So we were just taking pictures, and probably about after 20 minutes, I said to the people that I went with, I said, we got to go. We got to go. And they're like, okay, relax. I'm like, I just got to go. So we all jump in the car, and I saw this beam of light come down through the ceiling right beside me, in between me and my nephew. And I was like, oh my God, did you guys see that? And everyone just said, no, no. And this was back, we had that big camcorder. We had a big camcorder. We didn't have cell phones.
yeah.
So I go home and I said, let's get the little whatever, the camcorder thing, and put it in my computer and look at the pictures. I said, because no one saw that light except for me. So the first picture I turned on was that picture of that, what looked like a light going into my nephew's abdomen. Yeah. And I said, that's what I saw. It was in the car. So it was crazy. And it was crazy that we got all
The
of
one that looks like little swiggle thin lines. I think it's the one.
It's the one I saw.
It's like literally in his abdomen.
That looks like
that one.
That is exactly what I saw come through the car.
It was
crazy.
Oh my gosh.
But that
if you guys come, I'll take you there.
That place, they have they were skinned alive by Indians.
Oh, wow.
These men, the Captain Phillips and the Indians had this feud, whatever. Captain Phillips left. Indians came back and was like, needless to say, the Indians won, skinned all those men. And then they actually ended up moving the remains to that final resting spot right there at that monument. And they're still buried underneath there. And it's horrible.
You should look up the story. It's online. You can find it. I think it's like number, I don't know if it's 3 or 5 or something in the scariest places in Pennsylvania.
Don't go.
Like Kelsey went a couple times when she was young, but she wouldn't go back because one time she caught on film somebody's face up in a tree.
And then I went to the bathroom in my bed.
And she left, never went back.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very, very active there. That was the last time I went back 15 years ago.
I haven't been back since high school. Well, I drove up.
You know, Hunters, it's not too far from the West Virginia border. Just to let you know. Just
No, I mean, that's a really
fun
place.
fact.
There you
Wow.
go.
Just a fun fact.
So Minnesota Spear Hunters are leaving June 20. Well, I'm leaving June 26th to go over to West Virginia, and we're doing 3 or 4 investigations over there. And we'll be in Charleston, so which is fairly close to Pennsylvania. So you may get a visit sooner than you think, because we're excited to actually meet you guys in person and come to your
That's
store.
awesome.
Hold on.
You're only like 5 hours away. I used to live in Huntington, West
Hold
Virginia.
on.
So you're only like probably 4 hours away from us.
You're not coming up to investigate, right? You're not.
She
You're not.
No.
Okay.
someone wanted to investigate her house, and she was going crazy. She was like, absolutely not.
I was trying to shop for hummingbird feeder, and she's telling me she wanted to come to my house for the ghost, and I said, absolutely not.
Because she gets see
Did you
that.
find a hummingbird feeder?
Well, her spirits are very, I think, malevolent.
I don't know what malevolent is, but they're scary.
I don't think they're very good. I feel like mine are pretty good. But I'll tell you a story, then you guys can tell me what it is.
Okay.
So this was one of the major things that happened. It started, my mother-in-law passed away 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And we had a lot in common. She was a nurse as well, and me being in the metaphysical world, she actually read palms, and she did that when she was young. So we would talk a lot about that, and I would say to her, okay, so if it's your time to go before me, I need you to come give me a sign. If it's my time to go before you, I'll make sure I give you a sign.
Mhm.
I said, that way I said, you can tell your son, because my husband's a police officer, so he's very black and white.
Yeah.
And so he met me, and now he's gray. So she was like, oh, okay, whatever. Well, she suddenly just had a massive heart attack. She died.
Oh, wow.
So, probably about maybe a month or so, I said to my husband, okay, I'm ready to talk to her now. He was like, okay. So I get my table ready I use a pendulum. My crystals.
Her crystals, her table already with things.
So it was all ready.
Calling her on.
Wow.
So I had a lovely conversation with her, and it was nice, and nothing happened. And my husband, I was like, okay, well, that was nice. And he was like, yeah, I feel better, So fast forward, like maybe a week goes by, maybe 5 days. My husband comes home from work at the same time every day, and his mom would always call. She always needed something from the store, and he would always say, Mom, let me get my gear off, my uniform. So he comes in, and the phone rings. And I'm like, oh, that's weird, because I had a landline, but only his mom would call the landline. So I'm like, that's weird. So I picked up my phone, and it has my mother-in-law's phone number on it. And it says out of area on top. I'm staring at the phone thinking, this can't be true. I answered finally, and I'm like, hello? And all I hear is this like a static noise. I'm like looking at the phone like, what the heck? And my husband comes down and he was like, what's that? And thank God for caller ID. And I showed him, he was like, that can't be. And I'm like, you tell me, I don't know, And
Right.
so I opened the door. And then
Open the portal's hole of darkness for her house is what she meant to
Oh,
say.
no.
this is what really startled me. About a month, that was like, oh yeah, hey Mumsy. I called her Mumsy. I'm like, yeah, I see you. Thanks for calling. So about a month later, I come home. I work second shift. I came home, got my computer, getting ready to sit down to, it's like 11:15, and all of a sudden I felt a spirit come to me. It was like literally like right beside me. I'm like, yeah, not doing that today. So I put my stuff down, and I'm like, I'm going up the steps, and then the spirit was literally like right behind me. I'm rushing the steps, like thinking, this is scaring me, and I don't like it. So I go to jump in bed, and I did, but I was getting ready to pull the covers up over my face like a child, and I literally heard what sounded like someone was in my kitchen, took all my pots and pans and slammed them to the ground. And I just was like, oh, I was so startled. And I looked at my husband, and he was sound asleep. And I thought, this can't be. How do you sleep through this? And then I fall asleep. And the weirdest thing, I get up the next day, and I call my husband, and I took before I went to work, and I said, hon, I didn't make dinner. I'm not myself. I didn't sleep. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you when I cleared the house? I said, what are you talking about? Meaning he got his gun. He cleared the house. I said, what are you talking about? He said, about 3:15. You didn't hear it. I said, hear what? No. He said, it sounded like somebody was having a party in your kitchen with your pots and pans. I'm like, what? And I started crying, and he was like, why are you acting like that? And I said, I heard it at like 11:30.
Sir,
It freaked me out.
sir above me here. How long have you been in the paranormal activity?
16 years.
16 years.
What is that?
No, pots and pans are portals opening up in the home, right? Right. You're all shaking your head. Yes, yes, it is, because she sent me this information, and I'm watching Ghost Adventures, okay? And they said when you hear pots and pans in your kitchen, it's a portal. I rewind the TV, recorded it, sent it to her, and then as it's almost done, I flipped the camera and was like, "That's what you have." And she opened up
And then
stuff.
And I heard knocks. I heard like 3 knocks, like pounds, boom, boom, boom. I heard someone walking in my attic. Just different things. Kelsey was actually at my house,
Which I won't watch.
Sully
I won't
overnight,
say again.
and she heard somebody walking up the
I
stairs.
didn't hear. I was on TikTok live, and all of 1,000 people saw me get scared shortless because I heard 2 footsteps, and then everyone, there's a man behind you, and I ended the
It was
live,
just my father. I told
and
her.
I cried.
It was my dad.
Marcus, can I take? They said my trigger.
Was on.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
the lights on. Don't judge me.
Marcus, they said my trigger word. Can I handle this one?
Sure, go ahead.
You know
Go ahead.
exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, anything you see on that show, take with a literal grain of salt.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
exact. I'm going to tell you that right now. Secondly,
Say anything.
secondly, that static noise that you heard on the phone is what
Yeah.
we call white noise. A lot of our equipment, especially the spirit boxes, the SB7s, use that, and it's just basically another form of energy to help the spirits communicate with us. So now, as far as all the activity, so I've been doing this, like I said, 16 years. I've done over 400 homes and businesses. I'm just letting you guys know. And I base everything off of logic. I'm very logical, very straightforward. What I've noticed is about maybe 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, maybe 3. When someone passes, whether it's a friend or family member, they'll come back and they'll start letting you know they're okay. They'll start very, very subtle stuff, whether it's a smell, touch, sensation, something to let you know that they are there, that they are fine. The mourning process can be completed. Now, the problem is a lot of people who don't believe in the paranormal ignore that. So when that starts happening, they start, what I say, acting like little kids, like a 3 to 5 year old. When you ignore a kid, what do they do? They act out, they bang, they stomp, they cause a whole bunch of issues. And that's when individuals like Minnesota Spirit Hunters and other paranormal teams get called out, myself included, because they get ignored so much. And a lot of times, out of probably, I'd say 93 or 95% of all my cases can be resolved just by basic communication, by an EVP session, because these spirits just want to let you know what's going on. They want you to be, you're obviously holding something back, like you can't let them go. The mourning process can't be completed, and they pick up on that. So they get upset about it and they get sad and they want to help you, but they can't because some people just can't hear them. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think was happening. What it sounds like to me is maybe your mother-in-law was trying to let you or somebody know, hey, I'm fine. Everything's fine. It happened, whatever happened, it happened for a reason. I'm safe. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. So what if it happens? What if it happens all the time, even like years after passing?
It sounds like somebody wants to. There's something in that communication that they need to complete. There's something. The only time I would really start getting like freaked out about it is if people start getting attacked. And what I mean is like deep scratches, a change in attitude, personality change, habit change, stuff like that. That's when I would start being worried. But from what you guys are telling me, it just sounds like either A, they're just messing with you and they're just having fun.
I know they're messing with me.
Was your mother-in-law like a trickster? Was she like a joking type of person?
Her father was.
No, my dad and her Oma actually passed away in the same day, 12 hours apart.
Oh, wow.
And that's when it was a year after my mother-in-law, and that's when things really started to pick up. And I think Myra or Oma,
Mhm.
I think she's around.
Oh, you think she's
I know
It's
she's
very
around.
possible. And again, I'm basing this off of just what I'm hearing. I strictly tell people don't go off of just hearsay. Best thing to do to figure out what's going on is get a team in. Get a team in, check it out. You're not going to stir anything up. If anything, it's going to help. But as long as they know what they're doing.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
If a team comes in, waving sage and a Ouija board, no.
Oh, run.
Or like what is it? The power of Christ compels you to type. No, don't. No. You want a team to come in just to strictly communicate and find out what's up. It sounds to me like there's some kind of communication issue. That's all it is.
I'm not at her house because she talks to him all the time.
It's the communication back.
I know it's my house.
It's the communication back. There's some other message that they're trying that a yes or no answer cannot help. It's something more. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh gosh, here we go. She's gonna try.
So when you guys come, you can come over and try to figure out who it is.
I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be present. There's no live stream of big sexy.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been doing this for so long. I've never had to call an ambulance.
You would have to call it for me. It would be a first time for all of us. I couldn't handle that. Oh my god!
I don't think there's anything. I really don't think there's anything that you need to be worried about.
It's me.
It's just
it's me.
Well, for both of you, to be honest with you, it just sounds like they're just letting you know they're there. They're letting you know that they're there, and there's something that they want to say. That's what it just sounds like to me. But again, without it actually investigating it, I can't say.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
No problem. That's literally why I'm here.
All right, let's turn this back over to Cara and her wife because I know they had some questions. So.
Oh yeah, and the wife, I forgot. Oh
no. Can you hear me now?
We're good.
Huh?
All right. So I wanted to know, how long have you had activity going on?
My whole life.
In our homes, or
like affecting you in your homes, in your business?
My whole life.
Kelsey started seeing spirits when she was, I remember, about 4 years old.
Fun times it was.
Yeah, and she actually, I walked into her bedroom. She was like 4 years old. She was sitting on the floor and she was playing. And I said, "Who are you talking to, honey?" And she said, "Oh," and she looked at me. She didn't want to tell me. And I said, "Who are you talking to?" And she said, "Oh, it's Ducky." And I said, "Who's Ducky?" And she said, "He's my friend." And I said, "Oh, what are you talking about?" "Oh, nothing. He's just asking me how my day was, and we're playing." And I'm like, "Huh." And I said, "Well, what does he look like?" And she said, "He has white hair, and he wears a white pants and a white shirt, and he has belts around his arms, suspenders." She didn't know what suspenders were because she was only 4. And I'm like, "Really?" And I said, "How often does he come?" And she was like, "Oh, I think she just said like a lot, or he comes to play with me." And she was just basically, she didn't know, she wasn't fazed by it. But me, I'm like, "What the heck?" And then that started her. And for me, I was 7 when it started for me. So, and I think maybe that
runs in families.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. They say it can run in families. Usually, it's
I want to take it back.
Well, she doesn't encourage it. I do encourage it. She doesn't.
You don't encourage it. Whenever I was in high school and I heard a whole party of people in my downstairs, and I was in the shower and both my parents weren't home, and I had my 60-year-old grandmother come clear my house out because I was so scared of the amount of people talking and everything down in my living room. Fun times.
Yeah.
No.
It happens.
No.
I had an imaginary friend when I was a kid too that turned out to be something else. So I totally understand.
Well, what's weird about that is I dreamed about that house. After I left that house, I would always have dreams, and I would ask my mom if she remembered that house. Then a couple years ago, I'd ask her again if she remembered. Do you know where it's at? Do you remember that house? And then finally, 3 years ago, I found that house after what? Third 29 years ago. And like passing. And I kept having the same dream about him in the window for years. And then I found the house randomly and that dream stopped.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked up the history of that house?
Absolutely not, Sarah.
No, because actually we rented it way back in the day.
I don't
If
do
you
anything.
just put the,
About it.
yeah, if you put the address in, you can actually look up like death record, who's died there or lived there. That's how I found the imaginary friend of mine when I was little.
Oh.
Oh,
Actually, want to know a fun fact? There's a couple states. I think PA is one of them. That if you're buying a house and it's reported haunted, they have to report it on the agreement.
Well,
Yes,
your
I
agreement
did.
lied.
I did hear that. Well, you know
Mine
what?
didn't have that.
I don't. My house wasn't active until we had deaths in the family. It
I
was
live in
not
a
active at
nunnery.
all.
The nunnery,
How
though.
did everybody die?
Yeah, her house. Yeah.
How is that not in the paperwork? The lady that sold it gave me cookies and a note. What am I going to eat first? I'm going to eat the cookies first. I'm not going to read the notes. And then when we moved in the first night, she put Post-it notes all over the house and said, "Don't curse in the kitchen. The nuns don't like it."
Well, it depends on who the cookies are from. I mean, if they're from Marcus, I'm reading the note.
Yeah, like I wasn't even questioning anything about the house. She had cookies there for me. Yeah.
But she had found out that I think that was the other picture that we sent you, Carol. That one that Kelsey got when she was walking through the kitchen, and she got that still shot, and she was beside herself. She ran outside of her house. She called me hysterical. She's like,
Thank you.
I mean, that was quite the picture though.
Yeah, that is good. Did you find it, Marcus?
No, that lady was in my
Picture?
bathroom.
Yeah,
It's
she's
in her
in her house quite often.
message chat.
Did you send it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I have more questions, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
go into Messenger to find that picture for you guys.
Okay.
So he's gonna take over for a second.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and highlight some of the questions from the audience here. Kay wants to know, what is labradorite used for?
Oh, hi, Kay. Labradorite's a really great protective stone. It has a lovely blue cast, a blue sheen. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
So the number one thing for that is it is a protective stone, and it also helps you tap into the metaphysical world. So if I want to talk to a loved one, I'll have my labradorite piece with me.
Okay.
So you have any on? You have one on. She
I didn't know that. I'm not wearing that bracelet anymore.
That was good. What's up?
What the heck?
Yeah.
What are you
Okay,
telling me?
and Jamie says, I bought a cat ring. What do the stones mean? Black onyx?
Black onyx is a protective stone as well.
Okay.
So that's, I would say tourmaline to me for a protective stone is better than black onyx. But black onyx is also a protective stone.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can find any more comments here. Otherwise, I do have a question for you guys myself. Now, actually, my question for you guys is you guys seem very knowledgeable with all of the types of crystals that you guys sell and make this jewelry with. Now, where did you guys learn about all of these crystals? Like, are you self-taught, or like it must have taken a long time to get to know each and every crystal?
You know, I think if you're drawn to it, it doesn't take a lot of time. It was first brought to my attention in my 20s from my first mother-in-law, her Oma. She was into the holistic field, as am I. And she kind of, I knew that's why her son was brought into my life. It wasn't for me to be married to him forever. It was because she helped me she basically trained me for everything that I know that I was born to do. So, I became a nurse, because I wanted to help people, but I find this arena is so much more beneficial for helping people, because you're helping people mind, body, spirit. I'm not just giving you a medication to cover up a symptom. This is helping you your total, your mind, body, spirit, your chakra system, all of that. And when it comes to crystals, your chakra system is color depicted. So it does correlate with your chakra system. So if someone's working on, say, your sacral chakra, I would gear them to like some sunstone or, some like orange calcite. That would be good. So they're color depicted. So it makes it easier for most people to learn quicker. Because as long as you learn those 7 colors, then and where they belong, then you'll know.
Yep.
I'm still learning.
Still learning.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, we're all still learning. We're never not all gonna know everything. Like I learned something new about even the paranormal every single day that I didn't even know. And that's totally okay. So now I did get this picture from Cara. You guys want to elaborate a little bit what's going on?
I'll elaborate on that, sir. Listen. Okay.
Scariest day of your life.
Scariest moment of my life right here. Okay.
Okay.
What I put in my house was little $20 Ring cameras because I was so worked up. I saw a lady in my bathroom. She looked real. I got scared shirtless. And then I left my house, and then knockings and doors opening and things moving and my dog's barking. Okay. So I got freaked out and I put these cameras up, and I would watch those cameras until 4 a.m, not get any sleep, and watch these fireworks of shows of lights in my every room. And then I'm getting ready to go upstairs, check that. It's 11:30 at night. See that on my motion detection, a headless person. You see me plain as day. You see my mouth, my teeth, like everything plain as day. And then the person in front of me has no head, no nothing. And I'm yelling at my dogs. I immediately run down the stairs. I go outside, lock my dogs inside, call her. And all she says to me is this: "Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one."
It was.
Oh, the light turned
Sounds
on.
like something I would say.
I freaked myself out. We have these lights that flicked on, and it's about dark time. Yeah, that's that photo.
Are you still nervous to go in this spot of your house?
It's my whole house. And it's not just me, like a lot of people see things in the house. It's because it was a nunnery and a lot of nuns passed away. And the nun that I believe I saw in my bathroom, there was a demented lady, a nun that worked there, and she was really nasty to the kids. So I even went to the church and got did the whole, got information about it, and it was a daycare at one point, and yeah, but I'm not doing anything because I live there, and yeah.
She's been asked for ghost hunters, I guess,
Investigators.
They wanted to come out actually to investigate her house, but she was terrified.
Correct.
She was like, "No, you'll stir it up, and then
I have to deal with it.
She'll never sleep." Yeah.
Misty wants to know: are there crystals good for particular zodiac signs?
There is.
There is. I'm not really versed on the zodiac signs though.
But there are each zodiac symbol. There is multiple crystals that go along with that sign that help with the moon rising and the full moons, and that go along with your horoscope.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so you guys did mention about your mystery box before. Now, when you say mystery box, what does this entail? Like somebody orders the mystery box, how do you know what type of crystals to put in here, or what does it include?
You want me to say? Oh, okay, I'll go. So the mystery box could go 20 to up to 200. So when I started TikTok, was not expecting to go anywhere with the app. Okay. So now a lot of people would like to see pieces, but we're a small business. And we could not send every single customer. I think we have 30,000 now on Facebook, individual videos of products. And all of our pieces are one of a kind. She selects and stays up wee hours to hand select. There's no two crystals in here are the same. So the mystery box concept is, if you send me a little note, depression, anxiety, whatever, I'll go in, find specific crystals, try not to give you two of the same, 2 different shapes, sizes, whatever, that equal $20. And then each box gets a free gift. And then it's all about presentation. So each box comes complimentary with confetti, a handwritten note from Kelly and Kelsey, and a free gift of Pablo Santos and crystals. I could sell that. That was good, right? That was a good customer service voice.
Oh, yeah.
people are really liking that because we can't offer personal shopping to everybody. We try to do as many as we can a week.
But it's hard.
But it's really hard because it's just the two of us.
We have help, but
Right, yeah, we just recently,
last
3
month,
weeks, 3 weeks.
2 months.
So it was a challenge trying to show everything to everyone to be happy, and if they love crystals, we want to be able to help them with that. So she came up with the mystery boxes, and people really like them.
It's a great idea too, because you're gonna have several different types of crystals that equal this amount of how much ever it's worth, and they might all work different. Some of them may be similar, and it's exciting to kind of play with the crystals a little bit and see how each one of them helps you in different ways. So
Right.
exciting thing to do.
Right. And it's kind of like a little gift for them. So I think that
Absolutely.
like a present is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Okay.
All right, so I know Cara has a couple questions left, so I'll turn it back over to her and her wife. So,
Oh, he's having a field day with that, isn't he?
My little face? Yeah, it's a cute
Got
face.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
We're good. We're good over here.
All right. So I had asked earlier, when did you start noticing activity? So then that kind of answers my question of, is it at all the locations you like when you move, the shop, things like that? Obviously, that's a yes.
Correct. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And then have you ever had an investigation done at any of the locations?
No, we haven't.
If it's anywhere that I will be, absolutely not. If she chooses to do it in her house, by all means.
I would. You want to come to my house and come?
Yeah.
Actually.
I'll record you guys from the outside of the driveway.
Oh my God. You'll be okay.
So I'll scream and like a cheerleader, and then views will go up, and I'll be the next meme.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was gonna ask, if I were to make a list, what is your ghost hunters must-have suggestions for all of the ghost hunters that are watching?
For to carry.
Yeah, to bring with them on investigations, or what they should use before or after, kind of like just a basic suggestion.
Well, for one, I would probably do whatever that person is comfortable with, whether it be a prayer or whatever, to protect themselves with white light, which I'm sure you guys do. But surround themselves with white light. I would suggest black tourmaline, labradorite, rose quartz, and selenite are my top ones.
I'm a scaredy cat. I would choose opposite crystals. I would do everything dark to keep everything away from
would
you.
carry 2 pockets.
It would be a whole pocket full of black tourmaline, maybe a smoky quartz for negative thoughts or feelings that may come from the ghost. And then it's going to be a hematite to absorb anything before it gets to my body. Maybe a shungite to absorb anything before it gets anywhere else. That would be my scaredy cat ghost adventure starter pack.
We can do that.
That would make an awesome promotional box right there.
I will help you guys with that.
Scaredy cat ghost box. I love it.
Yes. I'm in.
See, the more you talk about it, the more I want to see you on an investigation just to watch.
Oh my gosh.
You have no idea. I scream at my own shadow. I scream at bugs.
Oh, no.
And I'm 6'5", and I'm
pretty funny.
I'm built like I look like a man. So then people are confused when this female voice comes out, and it's I scream. So I'm very entertaining when it comes to stuff like this.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Angie Mule, for calling me a sissy. Thank you.
I just saw that.
Very cool. All right. That was all of my questions, and he left me.
Ghost pack, I want one.
Do you have anything
Scaredy
else?
cat ghost pack coming to www.omcrystaljewelry.com in the future.
We'll have to add it to the website.
Actually, Cara, there's one right here that Squeakers is asking. Sarah.
Thank you. I don't have access to the comments right now.
Well, you guys are on my account, so I better have access.
Use crystals and spell work. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't do spells, but yeah.
If you were to do spells, depending on the spell that you're doing it for, it could be honestly good or bad. Whatever you, we're not here to judge. Whatever you're performing, crystals have a lot of energy and will give your spell like the extra oomph it needs to either be casted out or work or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So absolutely yes, no matter what you're doing with it.
So I do have one last question while we figure out where our fearless leader is. Which, by the way, I'm very proud he remembered to plug everything in today. Love you,
He's
brother.
at my house.
That explains it then. Marcus is notorious for letting his electronics die on him. Oh, hey, Marcus, how you doing? Love you, brother. Can't hear you. But anyway, so you guys obviously have your own store with all your crystals and stuff like that. Do you do any other type of service out of your store? Like the metaphysical store here in town has Reiki healing and stuff like that. Do you guys offer anything like that?
I actually just came from a Reiki treatment right to here.
I had something I would say, but we're on live, so I'm going to keep it PG and keep
Well,
my
yes,
mouth shut.
PG.
But
It's not my
yeah.
show, so.
Young lady, her name is Ariana. She does do Reiki in our store for people. Yes, and because we are truly here to help people, we only do that through donation. People can't afford. It's really, really hard to be well, stay healthy, and when people are charging hundreds of dollars or $100 for, I think it's all about intent. And the young ladies that I get my Reiki from, both I have two ladies actually. It's all donation, but we're all friends, so we just help each other out. We don't pay monies to each other. Yes.
Money.
It's all love. Yes. But yeah, we do Reiki. Actually, we have Sarah is a lovely young lady that works. She's a barista downstairs, and she does card readings, and she does Reiki as well. So she does card readings here. We have a couple times a year. We'll have her come up. We'll have a VIP night. We'll have for Halloween. We'll have her come and read cards.
They're saying we should investigate. Just saying.
Yeah, you should. When you're here, you should investigate here. Yes, absolutely. We'll be here in the evening, and literally we'll both turn around and we'll
we're taking a vote, and I'm bigger, and I get 2 votes, and my 2 votes are no.
Well,
so
thankfully, Cara, I'm the mother, so I say yes.
Well, now
Only 2 hours away. That's all I'm gonna say.
when they say investigate, we want our hands on Kelsey's house.
absolutely.
Oh, I'll
I know.
talk you into it.
You can do the store, but
I'll talk.
oh my god, I'm scared. See, I can't even talk about this stuff. I get freaked out.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
I'll talk her into it. No worries.
No,
I understand not doing her house. That makes perfect sense. I get that.
Or when we go to Gettysburg while we're in Pennsylvania, we could bring her with.
I doubt.
Oh, heck no.
No.
No. No, people, she wants to go, and I'm so hesitant because then I'm like, there's so many houses and so many people died, and all the fields, and they're going to come to my house, and they're going to
Well, they're talking about this event I'm hosting in September. It wasn't my show, so I wasn't going to promote, but
Go for it.
Brandon called it up. So no, September 26th and 27th. I don't know if you guys out that way have heard of the Bloomsburg Fair.
The which fair?
Bloomsburg Fair. Yeah,
I've heard of it. I've never been, but
we're actually hosting an event we're calling it Para Unity Day, where teams and groups from all over are coming to hang out, network, just have fun at the fair. And then that's September 26th. And then the 27th, we're going to Gettysburg, not to just investigate. We're just going to hang out. Some people haven't ever seen it. It's on their bucket list. So it's basically just a tour. We're just going to go up, tear it up, and have some fun.
Oh,
So if
good.
you guys are interested, I can get you the information.
That's right up my alley. Maybe not hers, but it's up my alley.
I'm gonna have to take a pass on that.
I'll have to show you guys where Captain Phillips is, though, because that's close to here. It's only about 35 miles.
Mhm.
You would get a lot of footage there for sure.
I'm
know
down
what's
for fair food and conversation, but
Are they letting tables? Or like, is there a setup for selling merch or tables at Para Unity Day?
I don't know. I don't think so. We're just hanging out. This is a test. This is the
I
first
wasn't
year I'm
sure.
doing this.
oh,
Next
That's what I
year,
was asking.
well, actually, I'll plug this too. June 1st, you do not want to miss ParaPost Central Network's announcement.
Oh,
Don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you ladies will can actually be involved with it too if you're interested.
how would we
Because
find it?
all you have to do is go to Facebook
Okay.
and look up ParaPost Central Network. Like and follow. It's basically a Facebook for the paranormal field. No drama, no issues, none of that BS. It's just a lot of fun supporting everybody. You guys would do very well on there with what you're doing. But we have some big announcement coming June 1st. And actually, I wonder. I keep forgetting we're on my account. Oh, wait a minute, Marcus. I can always change this
sorry.
and play that video if you want. Marcus.
He said, yeah.
Okay. He's muted, so I don't know what he's saying. To give you guys an
Can you
idea.
send me that information, Kara? Thank you.
This isn't a team effort. This is not a team member, like a team thing. No, it's not.
Apparently it's turning into it. So here's that video for all you guys who haven't yet. Go over to, and yeah, I'm taking over your show again. You do it to me. Go to ParaPost Central Network. You can also find ParaPost on Android or iOS. Just type in ParaPost, and you'll find Para. Para's over here. Para's right there. You'll find the little ghost. Sign up for free, and honestly, it's a great platform. So, but here's the teaser. Okay, back to you. I'm done.
Are you up?
So I already kind of know what's coming up briefly, but I know it's going to be exciting, and it would be absolutely phenomenal to have both of you at Para Unity Day, because this is going to be our first one.
Oh.
Mine too.
So this is the first annual Para Unity Day, and you guys coming out and kind of throwing a little bit of knowledge about your crystals and stuff, and hang out with us and just have a good old time. You know, it sounds like a fun idea.
Sure does.
Now, while you guys were talking with Kara, I had a really interesting question about the crystals that I've bought before, and I kind of briefly already know, but I want to get y'all's opinion and input on it. Now, apparently there is a thing with crystal bracelets and everything like that, like bracelets, and if you wear them on a certain wrist, then I believe if you put them on your left wrist, you're basically bringing the energy in for healing and all of that. And there's certain ones, and if you put it on your right, you're basically putting out that energy. Now, is that a true thing, or?
She said Kelsey because she's been quizzing me on this like a second grade teacher. So there we go. And people do different hands, I believe, different hands, whatever you believe in. But I use right. So right would be bringing in the energy, the good energy, and then my left will be flowing out the negative, the
Okay.
toxin. So depending on people believe, and if you wear certain bracelets on each hand, it'll do different things. So this one's allowing all good bracelets, This one's taking out the negative, the bad, all that fun stuff. That's how people meditate. They do double points on each hand to bring in that energy flow when they're like meditating. So you're right. Absolutely
So
right.
I basically have my garnet on my right hand right now. Now, the belief and what I was told is when you put it on your right hand, you're letting the energy flow out, and you're basically the energy is helping with positive things in life when you have it on your right hand. And then if I switch it over to my left hand, that basically means I need healing, and I need this energy to come into me instead of putting it out. So I didn't know if that was true or not. And you guys do this crystal stuff on a daily basis, and if anybody was going to know the answer, I had to ask you guys. So thank you, Kelsey, for that.
You're welcome, buddy.
I definitely need some of your crystals. I'm a little low, and I need some of your crystals badly.
Crystals are like
for sure.
Now,
crystals are like tattoos. You can never have enough.
right?
That's true.
Now,
That's true.
speaking of, yeah, look at that. I like that whole arm tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Matt's is not that cool. Kelsey,
It's
yours.
her eye, though.
Let's say remove
Ooh, look
market.
at that. Look at
I
that.
like that.
Matt, see, Matt's tattoo is ugly. Kelsey, yours is cool.
I love having a little control.
Wow. Just for that, you guys get to come up top.
That's fine. We'll be
That's
down.
right.
I'll chill down here with Brandon and Kara.
What's that? Wow.
I caught it.
Okay. That's a good one. Now, speaking of the crystals and me getting the crystals, there's one crystal of yours that absolutely drew my attention when I saw a picture of it. For what reason, I have no idea. But that crystal is called the AAA Orange Celtic Stone Bracelet. Now, what does this bracelet do?
The orange calcite. Calcite's a
Yeah.
very fragile stone.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
That's okay. Calcite, that particular calcite would relate to your sacral chakra, your sexual chakra. So that would boost that. So
Yeah, Kelsey with that grin over here.
I know. I can't even.
It just happens.
Every time I say that too, and I'm like, why did I?
I do that when she has like a customer. I'm like that all one weird band, like, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
Sacral chakra. Garnets for that too.
Is that?
Garnet, the grounding stone, they actually refer to that as the stone of health. So
But it also does what though?
it's grounding, and it
Activates your
sexual chakra.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is, but when I'm going through your website, that is the one that just absolutely grabbed my attention when I was going by, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I like him down here. I like you, buddy. He's just laughing, yeah.
Unfortunately, he can't be with us right now.
Remember whose account you're on, bud.
Oh
There you
boy.
go. You stay down there.
Oh boy. And see, now they're in the great spot. So, all right. Now, we did have a few questions from the audience, and I'm going to scroll back up through here. Ghost House Paranormal New Jersey is with us. Hello. Thank you. Where is this question at? We got so many comments, and guys, by the way, tonight's show with OM Crystal Jewelry is our most views on a show that we've had ever. So
I can't see the views.
38 right now.
We've had between 38 and 46 views the entire time. So
It's good.
it's not about the views for us, but the love that you guys are showing to OM Crystal Jewelry and Minnesota Spirit Hunters is absolutely phenomenal tonight. So thank you to everybody watching. I know there were some questions here, and I really want to ask you guys because some people here had great questions for you. Here we go. I take it you have Ein that is not so nice. One that is not so nice. Okay, so Sarah says she takes it that you have a spirit that's not so nice in your house.
Correct.
Her house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Deborah, if you investigate a house, is there any way you can calm the spirits to ensure the homeowner doesn't have to deal with this with them once you leave? Now, I do want y'all's opinion on this. However, you're not always going to stir something up when you go. However, it's a very big possibility that it could happen. I do believe in calming the spirits before you leave. You're not always going to stir it up so bad, but I do believe there's a technique. I have not found my own technique yet, but Matt's been doing this for 15 years now. So what's your opinion, Matt?
Honestly, if you are going into a person's home as a paranormal team, you should have everything planned out from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
When you leave a home, you got to remember that you were only there for 8 to 12 hours a day or at a time. These clients live there. So everything you do in that home will have positive or negative reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be prepared for that. I will say that first and foremost. When you leave, you have to make sure you close any lines of communication with whatever spirits are there. And also make sure you do your job correctly. And what I mean is have respect. Have respect for those spirits. Talk to them. Talk to them like we're all talking now. Well, some of us. And I got to get my shots in while I can, brother. I haven't seen you in a couple of days.
Yeah.
But honestly, never leave a client or the spirits with any unanswered questions. Make sure you answer everything and you relay your answers to everything. Because if there's a spirit there that is trying to communicate and you leave them with more questions, you're just adding to the issue. We'll just say it nicely. But as far as leaving, I see, and I'm going to bring this up real quick, brother.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, sorry.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Any type of protection, whether it's crystals, ritual, sage, Santo wood, whatever it is, whatever your belief system, whatever you are confident and comfortable with, do it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally pray and I get myself in a mindset before I enter, and then I have some meditation time after. I never just walk away. And it should be the same way. And like I said, always make sure you close everything in the evening conversations.
Yep. And now Angie wants to know, I got my elephant owl in the mail yesterday. I was told to put my elephant by my front door facing north. Is that true?
Well, that is a sign of good luck, good fortune. So, and again, like all of those things, it's all in what your intent is. Whatever your intent is what it will be.
Oh, we got a gun show going on between Kelsey and Matt here, so
Ewan.
y'all keep on flexing. Keep on flexing. We're good.
We do want to give the people what they want to see.
Right?
Like I said, you win. Nobody wants to see that. From me. I have personality.
Here's a really good question. What can you do with crystals on the eclipse tonight?
Oh, hi, Rhonda. Well, you know what? She can actually charge her crystals. It would be a good night, like a full moon. Putting your crystals like on your windowsill or outside where it's safe, and let them charge for the night. Let them clean.
I actually had the intentions to charge mine last night because we actually had a full moon last night. So, but I absolutely forgot to charge them. And we have quite a few crystals, actually. We got labradorite, we got amethyst, all different kinds. So, but once I get my hands on your shop, I swear I'm gonna have a huge collection of crystals. Now that I know that you guys have this shop and where you guys are located and everything, once we come to Pennsylvania, I'm coming in person.
You'll love it. And our prices can't be matched, really. We're here because we want to be here. It's not. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm trying. My legs are sleeping, and I just kicked everything. Okay.
Her legs are a little bit long too, so I just did a little bit over there. But yeah, so people are very happy to see that they can afford a large crystal because of our prices.
Yeah. And speaking of their prices, if you order online at omcrystaljewelry.com, free shipping on all orders $50 plus using code 50free. So if you go over to OM Crystal Jewelry LLC right now, that is omcrystaljewelry.com, $50 plus, and use code 50free, you can get free shipping. So go check it out right now. You won't be disappointed. They got a lot of great crystals on there. And all different kinds of crystals. So
I have that same one.
Thank you.
do you?
Yeah. That was the only crystal I
Do you
wanted.
like it, Kara?
Oh yeah. Here.
So we're in the same house and like in the same room. So we have to if I talk, I have to turn he has to turn his volume down and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I bought this for my daughter. She's 14 and she's absolutely obsessed with Jack Skellington.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do not let my wife see that.
You
There we
didn't
go.
see this yet?
Never saw that.
Oh, he didn't see it yet. I'm not throwing it. It's too
over
heavy.
my arm.
Oh, hit him with it, please. No.
Shut up, man.
Do not
I did
let
buy
my
one
wife
other thing, but it wasn't off of the crystal shop. I bought a hoodie a couple months ago.
Oh, you mean like
Oh, I love the hoodie. The Silas
Squirrel hoodie.
The squirrel?
A squirrel hoodie.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
I
just
love
because I get made fun of for not paying attention all the time too.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
I don't know why you're looking at me, buddy.
so we good with the questions?
Yep, I think Marcus, if you're ready to wrap it up.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll turn it on.
Because my legs are fully asleep.
So first of all, of course, we are absolutely thankful that you two agreed to come on here. You guys are amazing guests. I have to say that. You're very.
You met me.
Well, the thing is you're both very insightful about all these crystals. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing, and I could see a very successful store. Even though I just figured out about this, I can't wait to visit.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and it will happen because we will be in the area last part of June. So
I am in the area.
and Matt is in the area. You know what? You two are in trouble now that Matt knows how close he is.
No,
Well,
not me.
Well, I guess we'll be seeing Matt first.
Oh, and you'll know I'm pulling up because you'll just see a truck with paranormal consultant on the front.
I'm running.
You know who
We'll
it is.
show you around here, and then we'll show you around
Running, yep.
and Captain Phillips.
You know,
I will
Kelsey,
not be partaking in any of this.
you are one smart person if you run away from Matt.
I ran away from
We've all
everything.
thought about it. We've all
You're
thought
stuck
about
with
it.
me. You're under contract. You're stuck with me up there, big boy.
I can break my contract anytime, big boy.
Nope, I already signed it. It's done. I did share all your information on my page as well, guys, ladies. So
Oh,
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And we will continue to share and support and promote OM Crystal Jewelry to the fullest.
Thank you.
And purchases. I will continue to put around the free shipping code. I'll put out your website, all of that, and we'll continue to promote. So
Thank you.
absolutely. And thank you guys for coming on. I'll give everyone a chance here to close up with me. So just really quick, I appreciate both of you coming on. I'd love to have you guys back on in the future. If you want to come on, tell us some ghost stories and whatever you want to do. Kelsey, love your TikToks. They're amazing. I know Kara back here is trying so hard not to fangirl right now. So
Hi, Cora.
just a little bit. But no, you guys are amazing. Thank you for coming on. I absolutely appreciate it. Love to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting everyone.
Here, Cara.
And we'll give everyone a chance to say their goodbyes. So I'm going to mute myself now.
About time.
As soon as I can figure out the volume. These phones are not fun. All right. Well, thanks for responding. I was super surprised after I messaged you and you actually responded. I was like, they're so busy. I'm so happy. But so it's really
if you're on Facebook, message me personally because she has someone that actually answers everyone. So I never look through messages. So, but if you message me personally, I'll send you my phone number. Then that way we can connect.
Okay. I sent you the 2 links for what they were telling you about earlier. You know, if you're interested or not, it's okay. Just in case you want to look into them. And then yeah, so Gina, anything else?
Looking forward to going to the shop when we're near.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Gotta check it out at least. But yeah, so thanks for coming on, and we'll talk to you in the future most likely.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let us know. Hey, whenever we go
We'll walk around.
I'll call you.
Okay.
I will.
I will.
And I will definitely
Alright.
be in touch. I have my own podcast too. I'd love to have you ladies on, just to kind of hang out, just like this. I think my audience would absolutely love it. So it was awesome, and I'm glad to know that you guys are so close now.
Oh,
So now we can broaden our network.
yes.
But the most important thing for tonight, Raina, what do we do?
Oh, they got out.
Daddy.
You guys have a good night.
Show up on
Me
Daddy.
too.
Show up on
See
Daddy.
ya.
They gotta go.
All right. To everyone who watched, sorry, I did the baby over. And she will not be throwing up on Daddy tonight. But for everyone who watched our show tonight, we definitely appreciate everybody. Brand new faces tonight, and thank you to everyone who came on. There we go. A lot of brand new people tonight, and we definitely appreciate it. Everything that everybody has asked to OM Crystal Jewelry. So thank you for all the love and support, continued support. I do want to play our trailer for our upcoming season 2, episode 1 for everybody, and then we'll close the show up. But most importantly, for everybody who is here right now and throughout this whole show, the support from you guys is never ending, and it's phenomenal. So thank you to you all. I hope you all have a great night. I so bad want to steal Matt's saying, but I'm not going to do that.
Why don't we tip our hats, so to speak, to Mr. Fedora? Let's use his.
Peace out.
Do you want to use his?
His what?
His outro. His saying.
Well, we can use his, and then we'll use ours too. So, but I do want to say one giant thank you, and that would be to this person right here. That would be Cara, because Cara set up this amazing show for us. Kelsey, aka Big Sexy on TikTok, is a awesome TikToker. You know, every time watching videos, can't help but laughing. So check her out on TikTok, which the link is right down below, and the link for all of OM Crystal Jewelry and everything. So lots of love to everybody. We will go ahead and show everybody the trailer for our upcoming episode, and then we'll close up. But I hope you all have a great night and happy hunting. All right, so we have traveled all the way to Superior, Wisconsin. So a lot more people are trying to come into me. So set.
There it goes, man. Stop messing with us, please. Fucking no.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.